now being taken into custody. So the spotlight is once again shone on the grey area of homeowners' rights to protect their properties.
This isn't right. The 3 little pigs are the victims.
Threw down 2 houses. Forgot what he did.
But the pigs went too far.
They have every right to defend the property. Chins up, fellas.
Boiling someone alive hardly constitutes reasonable
Somebody is going to break the law and intrude on
You can't protect yourself in your own home.
a man's home is his castle.
If someone tried to blow my house down, I'd do the same.
I knew the wolf. There's no way you could have blown down those houses. He had asthma.
The wolf had asthma. So what's the truth about the pigs' houses being blown down? Inside job.
There's no reason why those 2 houses, one made from straw, the other from wood, should have collapsed. Not even a healthy wolf's huff and puff could bring them down.
The 3 little pigs have confessed to conspiring to commit insurance fraud, framing the wolf in an attempt to cover their tracks. Their motive was financial, as they struggled to keep up with their mortgage repayments.
You can empathise with the
I'm
pigs.
behind on my payments too.
How has it happened?
I've lost everything.
Welcome to Tribulation 5/15/2011. We have reached day 751. It is May 26th, 2013. It is a Sunday morning out here in San Jose, California. It is overcast this morning. I actually got up early because I wanted to see a star alignment in the skies. I'm going to go ahead and try and show you that. I'm going to be flipping the screen around a little bit this morning, so just bear with me. But just that you can see this alignment, I'm going to flip the screen one more time. See, this is Stellarium. But this is the eastern skies, and right here is Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. They are in the horns of Taurus, and right here coming up, rising in the east, you can't really see it, but I'm going to remove the horizon for a second here. But down here is Gemini, and that's going to be important as far as what's coming in the near-term future. Sister Anna over at AEJ 777. She pointed out something. I'm gonna change the date. Right now we're looking at the current star formation, which is it's a Trinity in the sky in the horns of Taurus. And today, the 26th, is known as Trinity Sunday. It's 1 week after Pentecost. So is that any coincidence that it's Trinity Sunday and we have a Trinity alignment in the skies in Taurus? But I'm going to go ahead and change the date to June 20th, which is the summer solstice. And Sister Anna pointed this out in her video, but as you can see, Jupiter and the Sun align in the scepter of Orion. And over here in Gemini, Venus and Mercury are in Gemini. The twins, they are in Pollux. And the other twin to Pollux's right-hand side is Castor. Castor sounds like cast off, or those cast down. But the story of Pollux and Castor is that Pollux was divine, whereas his brother Castor wasn't. He was human. And when he got killed, Pollux, he petitioned for both of them to have everlasting life, and they were both rewarded. So that is another sign of what is happening. You know, it's all about the signs. You know, the signs are everywhere. They're in the heavens. They're here on earth. If only you have the eyes to see them. And you know what? If you have tuned in this morning, that means your eyes are open. If you've been living a bubbleized existence, hedged in, where, you know, everything is hunky-dory, but you now have taken a step back and you can see the forest through the trees, hey, God bless you, man. Because, you know, it's crazy out there. And as you saw, I played a Three Pigs video. It was a commercial. I thought it was kind of funny. But we all know the story of the three pigs. You know, the first two built their houses out of straw and out of sticks, and the big bad wolf came and blew it on down. And the third pig supposedly built his house out of bricks, and the big bad wolf could not blow it down. And the third pig was the one that didn't fool around, that thought he was prepared. But the video that I showed, which was a commercial, kind of plays it even further, where there's this huge distortion where, you know, the world we're living in actually convicts the three pigs of killing the big bad wolf. And the big bad wolf is made to look like the victim. But you know what? It's a reflection of, you know, what's going on, my friends, is that we live in a world that is spinning downwards into chaos. And, you know, this blog is my personal witness and testimony to the tribulation that is literally unfolding right in front of our faces. And the three little pigs faced the big bad wolf, or the whirlwind, you know, the tornado. And, you know, the tornado, the whirlwind, is a manifestation of what is going on in the world right now. You know, 2013, I've been telling you, is a year of manifestation, and like the signs in the sky kind of tell that. You know, once again, Gemini, you saw Mercury and Venus is going to be there on the summer solstice. You know, Orion represents Samson, Hercules, King David, the mighty man, both good and bad. The locust rising. It's all happening, man. And, you know, it'll manifest physically, but it's all happening currently spiritually. You know, those of us that have eyes to see, you know, we can see it happening. So I'm going to play another video for you because, you know, these whirlwind tornadoes, and, you know, for that matter, when you look around the world, it's all the extreme weather. It's all the stuff happening up on the sun, the coronal holes, the CMEs, you know, the filaments being ejected. You know, we've been having a mess load of earthquakes, and, you know, lately we can't even feel them because the waves are going out in such a way where it's still affecting the earth, but we're not feeling it, which I think is something to be even more concerned about. You know, we had a 3.5 here about 2 weeks ago. I felt it, whereas then we had a 5 point something. I didn't feel it. And I think it's kind of like that movie 2012, where the earth's crust is getting liquefied, so that when a big earthquake happens, it's going to be something apocalyptic. Of course, bunches and bunches of volcanoes have been going off. But, you know, I wanted to give, trying not to get too distracted here because I got a bunch of stuff. But I'll tell you what, let's look at this next video. It's a commercial that has been playing on the TV non-stop, but it is a reflection of what is going on in our world today. Check this out. Okay, you know, we're going to hope that YouTube, you know, is good to us and just... let's see if I can get my mouse. Okay, here we go. But, you know, if you don't watch much TV, maybe you haven't seen this commercial, but...
Who thinks more is better than less? Okay, why?
More is better than less, because if stuff is not if there's more less stuff, then you might want to have some more, and your parents just don't let you because there's only a little bit.
Right.
We want more. Like, you really like it, you want more.
I follow you. It's not complicated.
Well, there you go. You know, the voiceover says it's not complicated. We want more. And, you know, once again, that is a reflection of where we are at in this current time. May 26, 2013, it's between two sides. You know, those of us that are walking in the light, that are seeing what's really important, building up heavenly treasures in a relationship with God, and those of us that are alone without God, and they're putting all their faith in worldly treasures, and they want more, more, and more. And here's the truth, my friends. Like the three little pigs, there's distortion there, like you saw in that commercial where they literally framed the pigs and the wolf was the victim. But the original story had distortions, because the third pig supposedly was this good little pig, and he built his house out of bricks and it withstood the big bad wolf. But that's a lie, because there's no house you can build here on earth that can withstand the whirlwind. You need to build your house with God. Your house needs to be inside of you, the house of the rising sun. Love and truth, His throne on your heart. That is your rock and foundation that can withstand the whirlwind. And if you think you don't believe what I'm saying, I'm going to prove it to you. Because like I said, that commercial, we want more. We want more. Well, what just happened on Monday? In the town of Moore, Oklahoma, a huge whirlwind that was humongous, had winds of 240 miles per hour. And it was the second time that these tornadoes had come through the town of Moore. It was in 1999, a huge tornado came through and completely wiped out the town of Moore. And one thing they did in 1999 is, after that happened, the school was destroyed. And they said, you know what, we're going to rebuild this school, and we're going to make it tornado-proof. So they built a school, they built it out of concrete, just like the third pig. They put rebarb in there, they made it extra strong, and they said this school can withstand like a Category 4 or 5 hurricane. So guess what? They didn't bother to dig a hole in the ground, a tornado shelter, because they thought this building can withstand anything. But guess what? 3 days ago, another tornado came through that town. Bunch of people were killed. I think it was like 7 students were killed, and that school was leveled, man. The people that crawled into a hole in the ground, a cave, that's where the safety is, because that's where God is. He's the cave, If you're in the cave, the whirlwind can pass you by. But guess what? In the school, there was a teacher who literally threw herself on 4 of her students. She made this testimony on several news networks. But as the whirlwind literally destroyed the school that she was in, she threw herself. She sacrificed herself for her students. And then she said in her testimony, she said, I did something that they tell us teachers never to do. I prayed to God for my very life and for the lives of these children. And you know what? A miracle happened, and the whirlwind passed her over. The power and glory of God saved her. In the town of Moore, we want more. And that, my friends, is where we're at. If you're wondering what the heck is happening, you don't want to wait till the whirlwind is literally at your doorstep before your eyes are opened and you cry out to God to save you. Start walking towards God right now and building your relationship with Him, finding out who He is and who Jesus Christ is. It's love and truth, and it is safety. It is the calm. It is the eye of the storm. That's where you want to be, my friends. So, the point I'm getting to is we got all sorts of stuff going on. And, for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, that do not have our heads in the sand, there can be no denying. June 18th is coming up with the star alignment, at the gate of man, the scepter of Orion, with Mercury and Venus being in Gemini. And, it's all these stories of brothers or of mighty men. Hercules, Samson, King David. It's all reflections of past, present, future. And it's what's unfolding, the rise of the mighty, both good and bad. And, we're in that window of time. The star alignments don't mean something happens on an exact date, but it's more of a window of time where the potential develops for things to manifest, both dark and light. But I will tell you, my friends, the story's been told. Jesus is the master architect, and, love conquers all. Love and truth is the foundation. If you're walking in a shadow path, a distortion, man, your whole world is going to crumble. The big bad wolf, the whirlwind, is going to blow you away. I had a friend of mine, especially on this channel, I've been talking about Mount Diablo, and I've yet to get up there, but the 18th and 19th of May came and went. And, nothing, he's like, nothing happened, But I was like, you know what? You don't have eyes to see, my brother. And he is a brother. He's a dear friend of mine. But, you know, the Amgen bike race happened on that mountain, and there was a lot of energies being released on a spiritual level because there was more people on that mountain than ever. And there is a rock up there called the Devil's Pulpit. And, you know, that whole race was a glorification of man. And that's the temple that's going to be torn down, the temple of man, the temple of Baal. That's the temple that Samson, you know, sacrificed himself and pushed the two pillars apart, and the house came tumbling down. But, you know, the glorification of man, the mighty man, you know, all those spiritual energies were up there. And sure, people, you know, like when we have our modern day athletes, you know, when they become world champions, you know, we crown them kings, like LeBron James. He's known as the king of basketball, you know, so it's the exalted mighty man. And, you know, they may get out there and say, I want to thank God, but what God are they thanking? And what are they thanking him for? You know, there's so much corruption and distortion, even in pro sports. You know, most of it is smoke and mirrors, and that's why I say it's all reflective images. You know, some are real, some aren't, and you got to have great discernment to be able to tell distortion from truth and reality. But Dabu77, you know, I was watching his video today, and he was looking at today, the Trinity alignment, and he was saying, oh, today is the Indy 500, where the runners of the Boston Marathon, the ones that had the blood, there was a horrible bombing there, they're going to finish the race at the Indy 500. And he was saying, oh, maybe something's going to happen there. Well, you know what? Maybe something will or won't. Well, and actually, that's how he framed it. So, you know, he has his eyes open to the truth, too. But spiritually, there's something happened. There's a mess load of people out at the Indy 500. And once again, they're glorifying a man winning a race, you know. And at the same time, Dabu pointed out, today they're also having the Monaco Grand Prix championship over there in Europe. But Monaco, demon, you know, it's once again glorification of man. That's Hercules, you know, the mighty man, where he's trying to find his way to being a god, to be like gods, you know. And, you know, if you know the story of Hercules, his 11th labor was he held up the world. And that's what the mighty men think they can do, is that they can hold the world up on their own. But what he found out is he couldn't. And Hercules, of course, was chasing the golden apples. And that's what the shadow path mighty men think they're doing, you know. But the real glory is kind of like King David, the mighty man, where in and of ourselves we can do nothing. You know, King David was just a small boy with a little pebble. But you know what? Guided by God, it took down Goliath. And that, my friends, is part of the manifestation. Is, you know, the wicked are not going to inherit or even inhabit the earth. You know, the time has come where justice will be served. And you know what? The righteous, the meek, the humble, those who walk in love and truth, those are the ones who are going to inherit and inhabit the earth. So, that's where we're at, my friends. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's gone on long enough. Hey, may God bless each and every one of you that is tuning into this channel. You know, I'm actually going to go to church today. You know, a lot of people out there hating on the church, brothers and sisters. You know what? Whatever the distortions are in the church, don't hate on the people in the church. They're all brothers and sisters too. Hey, try and think positive. You know, don't be fooled. Don't be a little pig, you know, locked into the carnal mindset. All right, this is Tribulation 515, 2011. Keep your eyes open. Stay thirsty. All right.